Feltham Community College is a school in what's called challenging circumstances. We have a lot of challenges that we deal with on a day-to-day basis, and one of them is that many of our students arrive here with very low levels of literacy, and clearly if you can't read very well you can't access the curriculum and you become a failure in your own eyes. And after that it's very difficult to encourage children to make progress when they see themselves as a failure. The project originated having met with Gertrude, who discussed what she had done abroad and what she might be able to do for our students, and we decided that we would like to give it a go and see if in fact 24 hours of intensive literacy would give our students a chance to really succeed in Year 9. So in fact we started the pilot and we had 16 students as part of the pilot in 2 groups of 8, and they had 2 hours a day intensive literacy. The average IQ of the children ranged from 71 to 88. They were the students for whom we'd almost given up hope really of improving their literacy skills. Although we'd worked hard on them for the last 3 years, we'd made not a lot of progress, I don't think, and this was a chance to try to make some really valuable progress. One of our students had a particular problem which he'd tried to cope with for years. He's very severely dyslexic, and although he was dying to read and his parents were incredibly supportive, he'd never seemed to crack it. And for him, this literacy project was a chance to really move forward. Choosing the children to take part in the course was quite a challenge for us. We were aware that the children that we were looking at had experienced failure for the last 9 years of their lives, and therefore this particular project would be just seen as another boring lesson and probably something to walk out of if you weren't enjoying it, and probably unlikely to make a difference. So for the first 2 or 3 days the children were reluctant. They had to be chased up to come and join the course, they had to be encouraged to stay in the lesson, and they had to be persuaded that it would be a benefit to them. But I think after 3 or 4 days they began to really enjoy what they were doing, their self-confidence increased, their motivation increased, and they decided that they were improving and that they could do it. And for the first time they had a sense of success in reading, which was really important for them and for us. At the end of the course we spoke to the students about how they felt about the short time that they'd spent on the course, and the sort of comments we had were it was fun. They loved the music, they found that helped them to learn. They liked the colour, that also helped them to learn. They liked working together, that was very positive. And one student said, "It's not fair, miss, if we'd had this 4 years ago and I'd been taught like this for the last 4 years, think how good I'd be now." And I did feel a sense of guilt when he said that, because he's absolutely right. He's failed all that time unnecessarily. They became able to work as a team, they became quiet, they became less confrontational, the level of aggression disappeared, and they became students who were relaxed and willing to learn, something which we hadn't experienced for the last 3 years. At the end of the course we had an exciting presentation when all the students were given books for their hard work and also to encourage them to read in the holidays.
It's pretty good actually. I'd recommend it for nearly every school. Like making it into a proper lesson, all the teachers should learn it because it's a good programme. Well, now I can read books I couldn't read before. It's great really.
Thank you all very, very much for being so amazing.
90 million adults in the US are functionally illiterate. 8 million in the UK. 85% of juvenile offenders are illiterate. 70% of them reoffend, but only 16% reoffend if taught to read.